Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
And it is Loveline, and I'm Dr. Drew. The phone number here, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. And you wonder why it's my voice opening this show. And it's basically, how should I put this? It's one of the wonders of live radio is that it's live, and as happens. And as my good fortune would have it, Adam happens to be landing right now, delayed God knows how long in the air. And so he'll be moseying on in here at any point during the show. Probably, I bet, I'll predict, like 10:35, 10:25, something in that range. Yeah, what do you think? Don't rush to that mic or anything.
Sorry. He called it about 1:15, and he was in the plane still, landing.
Yeah, so that means...
And he said, I'll be there about 10 after.
Oh, ridiculous. It is ridiculous, yes. Well, in his honor, let's just move on. So, actually, it's kind of fun. I love doing the show by myself. So, it's just me for a while. It's Dr. Drew. It's Loveline. Again, 1-800-LOVE-191. And let's take some calls. This is Shayna, 19.
Hi. On Friday night, I guess, I was at a party with some guy I was seeing, and I got really drunk, and I really don't remember what happened. And the next day, it appeared that I had sex, and so I went to get the morning after pill.
Strong work.
And so I took it, and now today I was like throwing up all morning.
You took both doses?
Yeah, after the second dose, like maybe 3 hours after the second dose.
That's when the nausea started. Not all that uncommon. That is the main side effect. You took Preven?
Yeah, the 8-pill one or whatever.
Low overall?
Yeah.
Low overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Plan B actually probably has a little less nausea than Preven or low overall, which is really the same dose of the same medicine, which is something called levonorgestrel and ethinyl estradiol. And boy, it's just one of these common side effects of that pill is nausea, vomiting. The trick is keeping your pills down, which obviously you did.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, like, because it was 3 hours after I took the
Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty of time. But oftentimes physicians will prescribe some sort of anti-nausea medications with the morning after pill. So you might call your doctor. Was it a doctor you saw or a clinic?
Well, actually, I had a lot of trouble finding it. I went to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
But there's nobody there on the weekends.
Oh boy.
Give it to you. So
you're not
I couldn't get their phone number.
You're not in the great state of Washington?
Actually, no, I'm in California by San Francisco.
Sorry.
And I had to go a couple towns away to Actually, I called the Rape Trauma Center because I thought they might know where to get it.
Oh, my God.
They referred me to somebody else.
Are you in school? Are you in school or anything?
I go to college.
Didn't the college health system have anything for you?
Well, not on the weekend.
Oh, my God.
That's the thing. It was hard. I was, figuring, well, most people would probably need it.
They should have a physician on call. They didn't have anything like that?
Because, I got their Planned Parenthood's address through actually, a teen crisis line or whatever.
Wow.
And so I just went there because...
Oh, my God. To me, it just illustrates how many barriers there are for you guys to get what you need. It's all the more reason why somebody your age ought to have that damn product in your medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
Get another prescription from your doctor and just keep it.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know what the expiration date is. It's probably a couple of years. I have to look into that.
I had to wait in the emergency room for 5 hours.
Oh, it's just awful. It's unnecessary. Why? That, and as the time clicks away, the effectiveness tends to reduce. So I'm sure you'll be fine. It's very effective, 75% effective.
I was just worried because I thought I might have thrown it up or something.
No, I think 3 hours is plenty of time.
I was seriously throwing it up for 5 hours.
No, the duration of the vomiting is not that surprising.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay. Well, God bless you for doing what's right and going through such great efforts to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. But now keep it on hand. At least get a prescription that you can fill. Don't date it and have it around if you ever need it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank
Interesting
you.
story.
Bye.
All right, this is Tim, 16. Tim.
Hey, I like the show and everything. I've been listening for a long time. You're a really helpful guy.
Well, thanks.
And what happened is I've been going out with this girl for a year and a couple months.
Yeah.
Everything's going good. We're getting closer and everything. It's great. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Until.
Out of the clear blue, I get a note. She wants to break up.
Yeah.
And now, it took me a week, but I'm finally okay with that.
Good.
And now she's calling me and she's saying she wants to spend just as much time with me. She wants to talk to me just as much. All this stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Well, look, if she's not willing to have the kind of relationship you want to have, it'd be way too painful for you. So really stay away for 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, really. It's fine to have a friendship with her, but you need a chance to mourn and experience the loss of this relationship first. Otherwise, you're going to be sort of dancing around thinking you're back in some way and staying emotionally connected with her, which she may want, and it may gratify her in some way. And I think women are better at this than men, frankly. Men need more time just to be gone.
Yeah, because, like, you know, when we're together, you know, I'm like, happy to spend time with her and everything, but she just seems pissed off when we're together, and she's the one who wants to be together.
You know, I can't know for sure exactly what's motivating her to suggest what she's suggesting, but it may be just a need to take care of you, to be sure you're okay.
Yeah.
You know, that she feels guilty. She feels guilty she broke up with you, so she's going to make sure they make you okay, because she needs you to be okay. Hey, you need to be what you need to be, and just keep her out of it for right now. If she doesn't want to be in a relationship, that's fine, but neither do you. That's fine. Katie, 19.
Hi. I have been chronically smoking marijuana for about 2.5 years. I've smoked marijuana for about 4 years total.
Wonderful.
I'm now quit approximately a month ago, and I am missing my period. There's no chance of me being pregnant, but I am.
It could be the pot, the changes associated with pot, certainly. I mean, that is. You were smoking every day for 2 years?
Yeah, approximately 2.5 years.
What happened for the year and a half before that?
What happened a year and a half before that? It was just during the weekends, at parties and things like that.
That doesn't tend to be the way marijuana addiction usually goes. Usually people that are addicts, which is what you've described, I mean, every day, are at least thinking about doing it every day from the moment they first really get high on it.
Well, I did, but I was in school, and there were a lot of things that, like...
So if you could have gotten your hands on it every day, you would have.
I probably would have, yes.
I would bet that you were actually smoking it 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah, around that, after the first couple of months.
There you go. That's more like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's your mood doing?
I get really depressed really easily.
That's what you have to watch out for these first 6 months, and it's going to potentially get worse. Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope you will really take that very seriously. And if you start to have any kind of weird suicidal thinking,
Well, I have someone to support me, definitely.
Well, but you may need to be professionally supervised. You'll be amazed. I've lost a couple patients to the depressions associated with marijuana, and they're very bizarre. Prominent suicidal thinking. It just almost comes out of nowhere. The degree of depression doesn't seem sufficient enough to even to sort of support the amount of suicidal thinking I see.
I also have a question about Norplant, because I have a boyfriend.
All right, hold on. Before you go to that, now, what are you doing to stay off pot, though? Because you're going to...
Staying off pot, I'm going to church, and I have my family to support me. And I did see a lot of, like, psychiatrists before, but none of that really helped because I was in the rebellion period and wasn't really listening to what they were telling me to do, or wasn't really telling them the truth or whatnot.
MA, Marijuana Anonymous.
Yeah.
Why don't you check that out, because you'll find a lot of people with exactly your history.
Okay.
And they will give you some pointers on what they've done to stay off it. What about the Norplant?
I'm supposed to go in tomorrow, actually, to get the Norplant, and I want to know your feelings on it.
I'm all for it.
You're all for the Norplant? You don't hear about any problems? Or
anything? I hear a few things here and there, but I'm generally for it. If you or someone has difficulty taking the pill...
Well, yeah, I can't remember ever.
Either that or Depo. And while Depo is sort of the perfect contraception... I've just had my personal clinical experience. There's been lots of little side effects that get kind of bothersome, and people feel kind of locked into it. While the Norplant really is the same as the pill. If you can tolerate the pill, you'll tolerate the Norplant fine.
Alrighty.
All right?
All right, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Very good. This is Maria, 17. Maria.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My mom is smoking crack, and I kind of wondered what I should do about that. Because it's getting, like, overwhelming for me to live with her.
This is a new problem, or has she been an addict her whole life?
I believe it's new.
Has she been she was an alcoholic before the crack?
No, she was an alcoholic.
Just all of a sudden she's smoking crack.
As far as I know.
You've seen her smoking crack?
I haven't seen her, but a friend of my brother's smokes crack, and I always smell that same smell in my house. And she, like, locks herself in her room all the time. She's very agitated. Things like this. Well,
the smell is certainly a clue, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what she's doing.
Well, and a friend of hers kind of told me about this because she was worried about me and my brother and sister.
Okay, she said she's definitely smoking crack.
Yeah.
There's one thing you definitely can do, and that's go to Alateen, okay, and get some support from kids who've been through exactly what you're going through. And it may sound like a trivial recommendation, but I'm telling you, go, all right?
Okay.
Secondly, is there any potential to do an intervention on your mom?
What's that?
An intervention where you get the important people together in her life and confront her with this.
Okay, so...
is there any potential of that?
No, not really. I don't really know who I could get together with to confront her.
Where's your dad?
He's not living with us.
How does she support herself?
She has a job.
Did your employer get involved with this in any way? Could that friend that tipped you off get involved?
She won't get involved at all. She already told me I'm not going to be involved in it.
You take care of yourself and go to Al-Anon. You have a brother, too, you said?
I have 2 brothers and a sister, all younger than me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Is there any support system at school, any counseling or anything like that you can...
Well, I mean, wouldn't they have to, like, go take legal action or something? Isn't that, like, the rule?
No, not that I'm aware of. If they're aware of a parent using drugs, they have to take you away or something?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, I want to be careful about who I tell, because I don't know, I'm, like, afraid that she'll lose her job or something, and...
But understand, Maria, you're enabling her. You're just allowing things to go down, further down into the depths of this disease. The more you sort of run screens for her,
yeah,
and create opportunities for this to go on, it's going to go on, it's going to get worse. And then when it does crash down, that much more pain is going to be resulting.
So I should confront her by myself?
You can try. See, I don't think you should. I think, first of all, you go to Al-Anon. I think some other adults need to step in here, and that's why I'm sort of fishing around. The employer often has a great deal of leverage.
Well, she has a government job. I'm pretty sure she would get, like, fired or something.
Your school might have some leverage, but the friends would have some leverage. But you must bring some adults into this. There really is no other option unless you yourself call the Department of Social Services and get the system to start to take hold, because this is going to be a disaster. I mean, you got a number of the people on crack get violent, they get delusional. Certainly they become incapacitated. It's going to be difficult for her to care for your family. This is not a good situation, not at all. And please, just the tiniest little baby step would be going to Al-Anon. This is a major, major deal here. Let's see here. John, 13.
Yeah.
What's up?
My mom and my dad have been divorced for 5 years, and my mom just told me this morning that she's planning to get back together with my dad.
Divorced how long?
5 years.
What's different that they're going to get back now?
Well, I don't want him to.
Why?
Because I like the way things are now.
And what was it like when he was around?
Well, I really can't remember. But I mean, I like the way things are now, because, like, before he cheated on my mom, and he also drinks beer and he smokes marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you told your mom that this is the way you feel?
Yeah, I told her.
And?
And she says that she just wants to try it out and see how it's going to be.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
But my mom is, like, great. She's always been there for me. My dad is the one who's messed up.
And because he's an addict, or is he also sort of violent and that kind of thing? Aggressive?
No. Mm-mm.
Just because he's an addict?
Yeah.
Is there any chance he's gotten a recovery or getting better?
Well, he's told my mom that he was going to stop.
Well, he's not going to stop if he doesn't get some treatment. It's just people understand that's just the way this disease is. It's like you can control it for certain periods of time.
Yeah.
But if you're genetically sort of endowed or sort of predisposed, once your brain gets conditioned to a certain level of exposure, it will demand that level. Always. Forever. Period. And so it just doesn't fit the biology as we know it works today to say, oh, I'm just going to cut down or I'm just going to stop. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
That is true for certain stages of one's life when one has addiction even. But as it moves along and as the consequences start to mount, it doesn't dial back.
Okay.
It really just doesn't.
So you're saying he's going to still keep continuing smoking?
Oh, yeah. Not without some treatment.
Okay.
Really, that just tends to be the way it works.
The point is if I can do it, anyone can do it.
All right. See, Adam doesn't smoke pot. Well, yeah, I guess his whole notion is just kind of reducing use. So Adam's not from that school. But, John, strangely, I'm recommending Alateen a lot tonight. That's another recommendation for you. Certainly, as soon as possible, get involved with that, because that's an organization that will, again, put you in touch with and give you support from people who've been through this kind of thing. And it is potentially painful. Your mom's going to do what she's going to do. She needs to go into Al-Anon. She needs to make some changes. God knows there probably has not been much change in either your mom or your dad in that intervening 5 years. The only way that really people that divorce should get back together is if they both really work like hell on themselves for those 5 years, and at the end of that time decide, hey, there's really something still here. But otherwise, nothing has changed. It will be the same old stuff. Jennifer, 14.
Yeah, hi, I've had this problem lately. I've been in an on-and-off relationship with this guy who's 6 years older than me. He's 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And recently my uncle, who is actually his uncle, too, by marriage, has caught us during intercourse, and he wants to turn him into the authorities. But like, I think I really, really love this guy, and I just don't know what to tell my uncle to try and stop him.
Well, Jennifer, I've never met somebody who was sleeping with somebody when they were 14 that wasn't convinced this was their Prince Charming and it was the guy they were going to marry. And I've also never met somebody for whom that was actually true. Ever, 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 ever.
See, well, this is going on for like 2 years, though.
So he was 18, you were 12. That much more. This guy is a child abuser.
No, he's not like that, though.
Jennifer, I know your perception is he isn't, but when you're 20, you'll see him quite differently, and he will look like a severely disturbed young man. And besides, by the time you're 18, he's not going to be interested in you anymore. He's going to be interested in 12 and 14-year-olds. That's where his head's at.
Okay, but see, I mean, the relationship that we've had together has been like really, really close. I mean, it's been ongoing and stuff like that, and it's like really scaring me because I really care about him, and if I told my uncle basically if I had to, I'd stop seeing him so he wouldn't put him in jail. I mean,
that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem convinced with that, though.
Your uncle?
Yeah.
Well, again, this 20-year-old's going to look a lot different to you when you're 20. The problem is not you, it's these guys. And why, well, there's sort of a problem with you in terms of why you've become such a good victim for these guys. Where is your dad?
My dad and my mom have been split up
since you were born?
Yeah.
So you never had any male figures in your life at all?
Well, yeah, because when I turned 9 years old, my mom had remarried a guy that I really, really don't like. He's my stepfather, and it's just I really, really don't like him.
Did he abuse you in some way?
No, he doesn't abuse me, but I've seen bruises and stuff on my mom.
So he physically abuses your mom?
No. I mean,
you suspect he's aggressive enough that you suspect he does?
Yeah. He abuses my mom.
Yeah. I mean, this is your idea of a male. That's an awful, horrifying prospect. And you got to go out and master that. You got to make that okay. And you're doing that with 20-year-olds that have no business being with anyone your age. He is flawed by definition. He's a victimizer, just like your stepfather. And this is what you need out of a guy, and it's a disturbed situation. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. And the reason the laws and the sort of the structure that's in place is to protect you from these guys. There just isn't one of these guys around for which you could say, oh, it's an okay thing.
Yeah.
It's not around.
In one case, I disagree with the laws because, I mean, people that are like 14 and 15 years old, I mean, they're going out there and they're doing all this stuff with people their age, yet it's like a big fling. And I've seen it work with somebody my age and somebody his age. I mean, I have seen it work, and it's gone. My grandparents and stuff like that. My grandpa is 6.5 years older than my grandma, and I mean, they've been together for like 50 years.
How old are they now?
I'm not sure.
How old were they when they got? She was 12 when they got together.
She was 14, and he was I think he was like 21 or 22. Did
they come from some third world country or someplace where?
No.
Where they come from? This country?
Yeah, California.
I don't buy it. I can take 16 and 20, even 16 and 22, and believe it.
They've been, yeah.
And you check out those numbers. Seriously.
I did.
Well, you don't know how long they've been married, you don't know how old they are. So, you know, double check those numbers because it just doesn't fit with what reality is. It's just those things, not that it's impossible. It's never impossible that something works. Everybody knows. I've got a patient who's 92, has been smoking 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes a day since she was 8. 8. Do those numbers. There's like 300 pack years of cigarettes. And she has no lung disease. Okay? It happens. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. She should have strokes and heart attacks and emphysema. She got nothing. 2 to 3 packs a day since she was 8. It is just ridiculous. So it's possible that people fall outside of the usual curves and the usual patterns. And maybe your grandparents are one of those peoples. But I doubt that your 20-year-old guy is. Look, do what you got to do, Jennifer. Do what you got to do. You sound like a very mature person. This will all. I promise you, though, one thing, and I would love to talk to you in about 4 years. I would love to hear what this all looks like from a perspective at a different point in your life, because it will look different. In the meantime, you do what you got to do, and I will do what I got to do, and that's take a break. Be right back. night. It's Loveline. I'm Dr. Drew. Adam is presumably on the ground by now. His plane was delayed coming in, and so I'm doing it by myself, which I'm grateful for. I enjoy talking to you guys by myself. Just because it's me, it doesn't have to all be heavy night, you know? You don't have to be drugs and alcohol and cutting and whatnot. But I do have a cutting question. Erica's 15. What's going on?
Well, I've been I get depressed every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I get into sometimes it gets bad enough to where I feel like I have to hurt myself.
Have you been treated?
No.
Why not?
People don't think it's that serious, I guess.
How much more serious does it get than self-destruction?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My family, they tend to overlook things.
Have they seen what you're doing to yourself?
Well, they've seen, yeah. My mom has a couple times tried to approach me about it, but I've been able to avoid it because I get uncomfortable around her.
Well, it's time to get into it, don't you think?
Huh?
It's time to get into it. I mean, you seem like a perfectly communicative person. At least have a goal in mind of trying to get her to help you get some help.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd be a burden or something, or a disappointment. I don't know.
To whom? Erica, you've got a mood problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a serious condition, right? Mood problems can be quite serious, and it's severe enough that you're hurting yourself.
Uh-huh.
You deserve some treatment like any other human, right?
I guess.
It's not letting anybody down to get treatment. Depression affects 20 million Americans, right? 20 million people a year. Something like 1 in 3 people have depression sometime, and yours is severe. You're young, and if you don't get it treated at this stage in your life, it can really affect you. See, at 15, 16, 17, that sort of sets the stage for the next 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you miss some things in those stages, and it can really affect you for the long term. Why not get it under control right now so you can get on, and why suffer? It's just not necessary. You're not letting anybody down. You're just taking care of yourself, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, go do it. Come on. Even if it's talking to somebody at school or talking to your mom, talk to somebody, because this is serious stuff. What is it? Something like, what's the number? I think it's 18%, 12% of people with depression die. That's insane. There's no reason for it. I mean, we've impacted dramatically on it with the antidepressant medications, but it's still, depression is so common these days because of the decayed family, because of the lack of real attachments to people and the lack of stability. So we cannot humans use connections with other people as a way of developing and stabilizing their emotional worlds. And if you don't develop that capacity early on, watch out. It really prints to lead to depressions, and we are all at risk for that right now, given the family systems, at least in this country, we're growing up with. The number is 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Dr. Drew. Adam is trying to get in here from the airport. He's been delayed, and we're going now to Austin, who's 18. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Not much. I'm doing fine.
I got a little problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in my guitar player's girlfriend.
Yeah?
Well, they're not they're like a tentative relationship. They're not like going out like constantly, but it's like they've had a little relationship, and I really don't know what to do.
Does anybody know about it except you?
Like my best friends do.
But your guitar player is not one of your best friends?
No, he's not no.
Does she know about it?
Well, I think she just kind of knows. We went to a dance last night, and we kind of danced a little bit and kind of freaked a little bit. And it was just really, I felt like I wanted to come and hook up with her last night, but it was weird.
Is this going to screw up your band?
What?
Break up your band?
Just got started.
Well, what's more important, your relationship with your guitar player or this potential relationship?
All my life, I want to be a record producer when I grow up, so I'm really into music, and I'm not really looking for a really serious relationship. I really don't know what to do because I really like this girl.
What do you want me to tell you? Don't do it?
What?
You want me to tell you don't do it?
Well, yeah.
All right, don't do it.
Yeah, but
you're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway, Austin, and you're going to have to find out what that's going to mean for you. And one sort of little rule we suggest around here is if you wonder how your relationship's going to end with that person you're starting up with, is just look how the last one ended. I say, sure, the guy cheats with his good friend. Oh, that's a good situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Doesn't sound good.
No, it's just the whole situation isn't good. At very minimum, I would ask her to end the relationship with your band member before you went out with her. That's going to be tough enough for your guitar player to take, and it's sort of enough of a violation. But at least it's not ridiculous. Don't do it. Jessica, 18, what's up? Jessica?
Hi.
Hey.
All right, well, I had an abortion. I was dating my best friend of 4 years, and then we finally got together, and I got pregnant. I was on Depo for a year, and somehow I got pregnant.
Did you hit it every 3 months?
Yeah, on the mark. I was actually a couple days early every single time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so I'm really fertile, I guess. But I went and told him that I was pregnant, and because I could tell him anything, and he laughed. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He was like, well, I'm not having a kid, and as long as you're pregnant, I don't know you.
Oof.
And, yeah, and so...
How long did you know him for?
Since my freshman year.
Did you say he was your best friend?
Yeah, he was one of my best friends. The one guy I could totally open up to.
What kind of friend is that?
Well, see, now I'm like totally questioning that, and I'm against abortion beyond belief.
Yeah.
And because I'm adopted, and I feel that there's families out there that can't have kids, so they could adopt mine because I'm too young to have a kid. Well, so I went against everything I believed in and went and had the abortion. I had it last Tuesday, and I want to call and tell him that I have, because I love this guy so much. It's not even funny. I want to call and tell him that I got the abortion done, but I don't know if I should even bother or if I should tell him or what.
And your intent in telling him is to come running back into his arms?
No, just to see. I don't know.
And your intent in not telling him would be to sort of end the relationship.
I know, but I want his friendship back, though, because it meant so much to me. I don't want to get back together with him because that'd just be stupid.
Oh, Jessica, you get your friendship back, you got the relationship back. Don't you think?
Yeah, and it's like my parents, they're all mad at me. All my friends are mad at me for it. And
for getting an abortion?
Yeah.
Well, you made a personal choice, and you live in a country that's got laws that allows you to do that right now. You have to make your own mind up about this. I understand you're against it. I understand that you might have preferred not to have done it, but it was important for you at that time to do it. It's interesting how people do that, but okay. At least you're not.
I don't even know what to do about it. I see him in town and stuff, and I break down crying all the time. And he called me a couple times when I was pregnant to see how I was doing and stuff.
How long were you pregnant for?
I was almost 3 months.
Oh, jeez.
And he called me.
Did you just impulsively go out and have the abortion?
Huh?
You just impulsively went out to have the abortion all of a sudden?
No, I've been contemplating whether I should,
Yeah.
I talked to my pastor at church, and they found a family that was going to adopt the baby.
Wow.
Because they couldn't have kids.
Wow.
So I was going to do that. I was going to go move in with them over in McMinnville.
Wow.
And then, Jeff would call me. He called me a couple times. I started talking to him, and...
This is this a-hole.
Yeah. So...
Oh, Jessica...
That's the only reason why I did it, because I thought maybe, I felt like I betrayed him in a way that maybe,
No.
he'd,
Oh, my God.
come back and talk to me again.
Oh, my God. Ladies, please, why? Why do you guys have to subjugate everything, even your most strong, most firmly held beliefs, on behalf of keeping a guy?
I don't know. And
your thing should you? In the right kind of world, it would be Jessica going, "Hey, f you! You want me to get an abortion? I don't need people like you in my life. Get out of here."
It's not even like me, and that's why everybody's mad at me, because I'm like...
Well, it shouldn't be mad at you. You're doing everything that women do constantly now. Is they're kind of have this head going where it's like, well, what did you keep the man and make the man happy and blah 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 and be like a man? Forget it.
And that's not like me. It's not even like me.
Let's chalk this up to a learning experience.
I kind of wanted to know what the pain I went through for him.
That's all about getting back in touch with him. That's all. You need 6 months of withdrawal, of detox from this guy, and then you need to let this not happen again. That not subjugate yourself on behalf of a guy anymore. That's it.
I have no desire to even
Yeah, but it's a new rule. It's a new life for Jessica. It's about Jessica and about asserting yourself and about getting your needs met and making sure that you don't violate those things that you instinctively know and believe in because of a guy. That's the guy you don't want to be with. Why would you be trying to keep a guy like that? I can't believe it. It's why our families are all screwed up, and it's why our relations are so screwed up, because A, guys get away with that, and B, women think that, I don't know where the message, it's some sort of, I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if it's an instinctive thing or a cultural thing. And nobody's there to tell you guys otherwise. What they're busy telling you is, hey, be like a guy, be like a guy, be like a guy, and you'll be happy. And that's just not the case. All right. So, new life. Don't contact him, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Oh, my God. I'm so pissed off about this stuff. All day long, I have to hear, oh, no.
Daddy.
Oh, my God. Now I'm really pissed off. Sit down over here. Sit down here. Sit down here. Sit down here.
Oh.
All right.
All right, how do we do this? Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Daddy's home, everybody. Oh, man. Just sat out on the tarmac for a half hour doing nothing.
That's what we figured.
Yeah. It's good because they tell you every 3 seconds, keep your goddamn seatbelts on. You're like, oh, okay, I haven't moved. Not going anywhere. All right, who are we talking to here, Drew?
Nobody.
Oh,
Not just yet.
Jesus Christ. I was in New York.
Yeah?
And thought I was going to miss my plane. And I know you find that surprising, but I won't tell you all the circumstances that led up to this.
Another plane story?
Picture me opening the door of a cab, maybe about I'd say about a quarter mile from the airport or the terminal, and running down the street like a madman with the bags in tow.
Nice.
Just like some kind of escapee from some loony bin, you know?
Did you sit in that wonderful traffic on the expressway there out of New York?
Over the, I'm like scrambling over fences and running down the middle of freeways.
Oh my God.
I'm making great time. I mean, I got a 6:30 flight. I'm pulling into New York. Oh, I got on the wrong plane, too. Oh, this is good. Got on the, leave Manhattan like maybe it was 5:15, but the point is I'm pulling into JFK at 10 minutes to 6, and I have a 6:30 flight, and I'm thinking about where I'm going to eat before I get on the plane. And then, about 100 feet further, stops.
Yeah.
And they got all kinds of construction going on in JFK, and they're rerouting things, and it's a parking lot. And the cab is moving, but it's like, we're still a quarter mile. We're in the airport, but we're not at the terminals yet.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We, crossed the threshold. We crossed, the welcome to the airport thing. I can see the terminals. I can see the planes. I can see the lights. But the road narrows from, 4 lanes to 2 lanes, and we're stopped. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm thinking, don't panic. Still plenty of time. And we're inching. Little bit. Now it's raining. Little bit of inch. Little bit. Now we're getting, kind of closer, and I can kind of see where the terminals are and stuff, although I'm not sure which one's international, which one's domestic and everything. But I now look at the guy's clock, and it's 6:05, 6:08, inch. And I say to myself, if that clock gets to 6:15,
that's it.
I'm climbing through the window.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's raining. Bumper to bumper traffic right in the middle of the thing. I can kind of see the terminals in the distance. 6:15, throw $50 at the back of the guy's head and jump out of that thing, and I'm running like the fugitive down that like on car hoods, And I'm scramble over a fence into a parking lot. And I'm trying to cut. I'm trying to go as the crow flies, because otherwise I'm gonna do this circuitous route around the thing. So I'm running through puddles. And it's raining, and I get into the airport and flight's delayed. Oh yeah. So I go have a beer at the bar and get on the wrong plane.
Oh, yeah. You actually got on it?
I gave them my ticket. They took my ticket. I walked onto the plane. I put my stuff in the thing and tried to kick a poor Japanese man out of my seat before it dawned on me that I may be on the wrong plane.
Shreveport was not your destination.
Someone should have stopped me. That's my argument.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. I was at gate 3, and it was the new time of the plane leaving on the digital display was not 6:30. It was now 6:45.
Yeah.
So I thought, all right, I'll go have a beer. So I go have a beer, come back. There's the digital display, says 6:45. It's the gate 2 right next to it has a plane that's leaving, the same size plane. It's going to San Francisco, same airline and everything, same digital whatever, leaving at 6:45. And they go, we're now boarding, and I just walk right on, hand them the ticket, and go try to sit down. And naturally, the guy who's in my seat doesn't speak a lick. He's reading a book with Chinese characters, in it, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be long. And he shows me a stub, and I'm showing him we have a dueling stub thing, and then I realize, wait a minute. The Japanese or Asians in general, rarely wrong. Rarely wrong. And they don't hop seats. It's frowned on in that culture. You know what I mean? Here's a 55-year-old, well-dressed Asian man who's in business class. He didn't just jump over a couple of seats and squat it. I knew that it wasn't like a gypsy in my seat. It was some farmer or something. So I got the clue, and then I had to run off and escape the plane and then somehow get it like another ticket to get back on the one next to it. It was tremendous. And now I can't hear out of my
Well, now
right
you
ear.
take a break.
I'm going to take a break?
Yeah.
I'm just warming up.
I know, but we'll just
Dr. Drew's a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Who's on tonight?
No guest.
Okay.
The love between us has been reestablished.
Right. All right. So
everything's fine.
All right. So we'll take a little break. Then,
All is
right?
good. Yes.
Okay. We'll be back.
Welcome back.
I'm glad you're here.
Loveline. What's up, man? We're back. 94.7 NRK.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jake Busey, son of Gary Busey and actor in his own right, will be in here tomorrow night. And Cress Williams from ER. Must be a new cast member, right, Drew?
I'm not familiar with any of the cast members.
Yeah, we work while ER's on. I've never seen it. But I hear it's doing all right, right?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah, I think it'll hold on. I'll probably renew it. Ice-T will be in here on Wednesday, and then Blink 182, and that's good. Next week, Save Ferris and John Popper from Blues Traveler will be in here, and Lou Diamond Phillips. I may have to jam with John, you know?
Oh, okay. Get the sax out?
Well, I don't know, because you never know what I may pull out in my arsenal of instruments, Drew. Could be the banjo.
Drums?
Drum's a little pedestrian. The banjo, though. That could be good.
Yeah, with him on the harp.
Yeah. See, for those who don't know, John Popper from Blues Traveler's been in here probably 4 times. First time he played his harp alone, and the second time I swore I would jam with him. And the second time I played the sax.
Yeah.
Third time
sax.
I played the sax, but the fourth time I played the guitar. Do you remember me playing the guitar? We've done it 3 times, I think.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
And then, Drew, you played the keyboards at a certain time too, right? So I mean, it's a dance party over here, and I play a few instruments. So we'll see which one I pull out when he comes in.
Speaking of Save Ferris, I'm doing a webcast with them tomorrow night on drdrew.com at 8:30 Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern. And we had Henry Rollins last week, and that's still up there. You can just click onto the thing and watch the whole show for half an hour. It's an amazing thing.
I know. It's much better than that Etch-a-Sketch you had when you were
better than that.
11, right?
Better than the magic marker.
And we're doing a Save Ferris video, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Me
we
and
are.
Drew are going to be in a video. You know you've arrived when you do a music video. Nick?
Yeah, Nick here.
Nick, you're 22. What's up?
22. Yeah. First of all, let me say thanks for being cool and honest and making people think. It's hard to find these days. I have kind of a strange question on a lighter note. I can crack my penis like you would crack a knuckle at my pelvis.
All right, there's a sort of a ligament there.
Is this a normal thing? Because I've talked to other people, and
it's a common thing. I don't know that I would call it normal.
Okay, well,
wait a minute. What's the difference between common and normal?
That's what I want to know.
Normal would mean that it's part of the... In other words, abnormal things can be common, too.
Like what?
Like, normal doesn't necessarily mean average, right?
Well...
I quote normal with more like healthy...
normal has a more positive connotation to it.
Than average. Yeah.
Because, like, maybe the average teen...
smokes pot.
Right. But
is that normal?
Well, the problem is you always put healthy in front of normal. And That's what does it.
Yeah, but normal.
You let normal float alone. It's not so great. You go, he's a perfectly healthy, normal young. You always work normal in there. Okay, but I know what you're saying.
Well, it's like, how many people do you meet that can crack their penis?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Adam does this.
I can crack my penis.
Okay, Adam, we're
He thinks you're kidding.
a special club.
Well, you can tell him how you do it so he knows you're not lying.
Hey, Nick?
Yes?
I'm going to explain to you how I crack my penis.
Okay.
I haven't done it in a while, but first I get my assistant to light a cigarette.
All right.
And then I turn her to a profile position, and then whoops, right out of her mouth. Right, Drew?
Yeah.
That's the closest to whip crack you got, Anderson? All right. No, listen, here's how it works, Nick. You have to have an erection for an extended period of time, like you're sleeping.
Exactly. It's in the morning when I feel like I want to crack my penis.
Oh, hold on. Let me write that down. Have to have an erection for an extended period of time, like when you're sleeping. That'd be, so like the morning, Nick, be good?
That's
right.
normally...
That's the morning time. That's right. And then the way you crack it is you just sort of put pressure on the top of it and push it down toward like your knee.
Exactly.
And it'll pop at a certain point.
Yeah.
All right. You believe me now?
Oh, that's what happens.
All right, Nick.
Enjoy.
You're not healthy, but you're normal. No, wait. You're not. You're average, but you're not healthy.
If it's not going to cause any problems if I keep doing it.
No.
Yeah. Well. All right. But hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Have you done this in front of a woman yet?
I've had women do it to me.
They'll be very impressed.
No.
They do, because they've never...
No, they freak.
They think they broke something.
Yeah, they freak out.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if, like, you heard their vagina crack or something. You know, oh my God, my, you know, it's like your source of life is broken. Women freak out, but I haven't done it in a long time. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Oh, fantastic!
You got to do it. How's it work though, Drew? You have to have an erection for a while.
Well, that's when the tendon has got a little stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, like kind of sleep on it for 8 hours and have a good dream. Amanda?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Yes. Adam, you are a god.
All right.
And
Thanks.
Dr. Drew, I had to write a heroism paper, and you were my hero.
Wow, that's very kind.
Wow. For what?
For
wait, you're getting upset, Adam, now.
For English class?
Yes. We had to write a heroism paper, and Dr. Drew was my hero.
Do you have that paper nearby?
No, we haven't got it graded yet.
Ooh.
Is it, do you go to regular school, or is it like continuation school?
High school.
Regular high school?
Yes, but I'm in that IB program.
What's that?
It's where, when I'm a freshman, I take junior classes.
Wow.
Sophomore, senior, and the last 2 years, I take college courses, and I get college credit.
Except for when she's a junior in college, she has to then go back and repeat her freshman year, take ninth grade classes. But if you drop out before that, you can beat the system. All right, so you're obviously intelligent, you're a good student, and you wrote how many pages on Dr. Drew, by the way?
It was 7 pages.
Oh, my God.
How did you, I haven't written 7 pages on anything, ever. How did you research it?
By listening to the show, the TV show, going to his website.
Wow. www.drdrew.com there?
Yep.
Wow. Wow, that's really flattering. Hey, can you send the paper over here after you get it graded?
Yeah.
Well, we'll read it on the air.
Okay.
All right.
You're not allowed to mock it, though.
No, I won't. No, I really... You know what's weird? You can, you can make money and you can be on TV and all that kind of stuff, but once in a while someone tells you something and it really hits home.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And, just something simple, something easy like writing a paper. It means more to you than a lot of the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Adam, so you don't feel left out. I wrote a 2-page poem about you.
Poem?
Those always go south in a hurry, though.
You sure it wasn't a limerick?
No, it was a good poem, and I really freaked out my shrink by it.
Where's the poem?
It's at school.
Oh, wow.
I turned it in.
Did you bring anything home, honey? Jesus. Okay, all right, you send that in, too.
Okay.
We'll have our cops analyze it. Okay, so go ahead, Amanda. What's your question?
I find that I can't get out of the patterns I'm in. I mean, I'm smart, like, when it comes to school, but I do stupid things.
Like what?
Well, I've been smoking weed for about a solid year now.
Every day?
Yeah, well, every other day.
Okay.
I smoke about a pack of cigarettes a week.
And but the pot thing you're doing, is it kind of, you have a deal with yourself? I won't smoke it every day, but I'm smoking it every other day?
Yeah, about every other day I'm smoking.
But is the every other day part of a deal you make with yourself?
No, it's just kind of happens.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, so you're doing a lot of smoking. What else?
Well, I willingly lost my virginity at 13.
Yeah, all right. So you're like, you're one of those chicks like from the 50s who chews gum, like from Greece, wears a black jacket. you change your name to Connie.
One of the pink ladies.
One of the pink ladies, yeah.
And I'm still doing that.
All right, you're still losing your virginity?
Well, I mean, I'm still having sex.
I
a
see.
lot.
Yeah.
And
we gotta put it
Wow.
on hold. All right, we gotta take this.
Hey, Amanda?
yeah.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Okay.
I got to do something. I got to shove a number 2 pencil in my right ear and get it unclogged because it's driving me insane from the plane. But we'll get back to you and your behavior, okay? So just hang on. Don't smoke any pot or pull a stiletto out on anyone or anything, right?
Okay.
All right. Don't like punch any geeks. Is she on hold now?
Yeah.
Good. All right. We'll be back. All right. Wow. Oh, yeah. 5 minutes. That's right, Anderson. We'll take a quick 10-second timeout and be back in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on radio station
KNRK Camas, Portland.
An Intercom radio station.
All right.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. I have one good ear. And
Aerotitis you've got from flying. And you and your goddamn sinuses.
you got the assotitis. That's from
assotitis.
being raised in Pasadena by parents.
Right.
But, yeah, I have had a head cold for like a week, and then I fly, and then, I got this deviated septum. I fly, and then, I got this deviated septum.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
it's all bad. Man, that's what I am.
Well, that's what you are when you're by yourself. If I'm sitting there, watch out. It's coming my way.
guess
Whatever it
I'll yell
is,
at you.
you'll start screaming at me.
Yeah,
about
well,
something.
I'm upset. My ear hurts. You're a doctor. Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 15.
Yeah.
Smart with bad habits.
Smart. You smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. You smoke weed every other day. You lost your virginity, and you continue to lose your virginity. Who are you losing your virginity to over and over again with?
No, it's with different guys.
Different guys. All right.
Amanda,
Why all the acting out?
And by the way, it illustrates just how what a sort of how much distance there is between the cognitive world, the intellectual world, and the emotional world.
Yes.
Your intellectual life can be totally intact, and if your emotional life is the least bit chaotic, out it comes.
All right, but she said she's going to a therapist.
Yeah, which I like that, and then I want to hear about that.
Bringing these things up.
I'm sure she is.
All right. Well, we talked to her long enough. Well, she writes a term paper on you, Drew, and all of a
I wanna
sudden
hear
she's
it.
got to do the second hour of the show.
Well, all right, so that's the deal. None of these things are going to stop, but
Yeah.
no matter what we say,
Right.
unless you start following directions by the people. First of all, telling the people they're taking care of you what you're doing, and then following directions.
Right.
You know, the amazing thing about addicts and treating into addicts,
Yeah.
they will all get better if they do one thing: follow directions. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Right.
Just follow directions.
Yeah. Go find someone who knows what they're doing and just listen to them when they tell you what to do. Dale?
Hi.
Hey, Dale, you're 25.
Yep.
What's up?
Well, I don't even know where to start. The main thing is that my sex drive is really low for my age, and it used to be really, really good, and it was all fine. And
You have a baby in the meantime?
3.
Okay, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I've heard. What I'm trying to find out is that men have like Viagra or whatever they have, and I was wondering. I know that they probably make something for women, but what I've looked into, I have not been to the doctor for this yet.
Well, what is happening to your sex drive? What has it gone from what to what?
They've gone from once or twice or more a day to maybe once or twice a week, and it's really putting a strain on our marriage.
So it's gone from excessive to normal.
Well, that's not normal for us, though. And my husband is 36 years old, and he wants it all the time. He has no drop in his ever.
What's up with him? What's going on with that guy?
Well, I mean, we started off that way together, and now I can't keep up anymore.
This may just you're not going below normal. I mean, you're right at normal, and this may just be. I don't want to discourage you from looking into it, but it may just well be your biology as it plays out after pregnancy.
Right, but I don't like it.
Well,
It makes me unhappy too, though. You know what I mean?
are you depressed?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can't. How am I not going to be? I mean, I have 3 kids. I mean, I'm at home all the time. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't get out a whole lot. I mean,
All right.
there's only so much I can do. So, and I know that.
And your husband's putting a full-court press on you with his penis on one side and his testicles on the other, and they're boxing you in. I think you got a little resentment toward the guy.
I don't. Well, in a way, kind of, but I mean, there's.
Well, I mean, you're sitting home taking care of the kids all day, and you're bored, and he's out doing whatever with his career. and his friends or whatever, and then he comes home and he wants sex, and then he gets a little persnippety because you ain't in the mood.
Temper tantrum is more the word.
All right, hold on a second. Wow, don't you like this? Things just unfurl. Man, and once they start unraveling, they just come flying apart.
Yeah.
This goes from, I love my husband, I want to please him, I don't feel it's right what I'm doing to him.
Yeah, I resent him.
To, I don't resent him at all, to, well, maybe I resent him a little bit, and it's more like a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Now, listen, guys, here's the deal. Unless you're planning on raping, act nice. Because the whole yelling part doesn't get you laid. It really doesn't. You'll get cut right off. Hey, Dale.
That's not fair.
Listen, there's issues going on here. Your husband's throwing temper tantrums. You have a little.
All the time. I mean, but when he's a guy, and it's not.
You know,
you're doing. Hold on. You're doing way too much that he's a guy thing. And God bless you. I love a woman who does that. He's a guy.
I'll give him that much, is what I'm saying.
All right, but what I mean is. He's a guy, he's bound to cheat, he's a guy, he's going to get drunk, he's a guy, he's going to...
I don't have that fear. I trust him.
Okay.
But so much of what she's describing is sort of normal part of having a family, and somebody's... I mean, this is all such normal stuff.
Yeah, except for the guy's throwing a temper tantrum, and she resents staying home.
Well, that's right, which is, again, pretty normal, fair, really. But I would not like to see you trying to focus on your biology. How about focusing on your mood and the communication between the two of you and your resentments and having some piece of yourself or your day that you save for yourself.
Well, I do that. My kids go to bed at a decent hour, and I have the whole evening to spend, to do whatever I want and however I want to do it. But, the problem is for me, it's like I enjoyed sex at least once a day, and I just don't anymore. It's like, to me, it's become a chore. And
yeah, but we really think that has more to do with your emotional state than your biological state.
And to answer your questions, having kids does affect the biology somewhat, and some people have advocated using Viagra, but certainly not for a healthy person. And sometimes going on the contraceptive pill, the triphasic pills, will boost things up a little bit.
And you get a little depressed, you lose a little libido, too.
But then some of the treatments for the depression make that worse. So.
Well, listen, a husband spent a little less time dry humping the leg and a little more time opening the door.
Yeah.
And should probably...
she did not sound that...
No, she didn't sound that horrible or that depressed. But here's what I want to say, Drew.
Yeah.
Or here's what I want to ask you. Oh, your sex drive is kind of interesting in the sense... Well, it's like anything. It's almost like your drive to eat or wake up in the morning, whatever it is. It can start sort of fading away.
Yeah.
And you don't really know what's causing it.
Right.
It's usually some kind of depression or something in your environment. But the point is I think with a woman... their sex drive can start fading away just because their husband is starting to do things or act a certain way or make them feel a certain way, and they don't even know it. All they just know, what happened to my drive.
Or the way they feel about themselves, or I'm overweight, or I'm getting older, and these kinds of things, and suddenly the sex drive goes. It's strange.
Right. But I don't know if they even know what to attribute it to sometimes. Right. Amber.
Yes?
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, see, Saturday... my mom and my sister's friend were cleaning up my room because I was in San Diego, and they found, my vibrator and my little, dildo, and, I use it all the time, because, my husband's, away. I don't want to say where he works, but, oh, my God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I have so many compulsions of sex. I, love pornos. I, love, gay guy pornos. I can't stop from watching, any kind of porn, right? And, oh, my God, it's, all I think about is sex, and it's it's so great, and
when's your husband coming back in town?
Well, when he does, I like to I'm not gonna say a bad word, screw his brains out, and oh God, I don't know what's wrong with me. Now my whole family is teasing me about, oh, your little rubber dildo, and your little metal egg and all this, and
well, that's a shame that they make you.
Well, wait a minute. You're in San Diego, did you say?
No, I'm not in San Diego.
Oh. Someone was moving to San Diego or something.
She was in San Diego or something.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to
put any words in her mouth.
Yeah, I don't want to blow your cover.
No, seriously, I was down there visiting my husband.
Oh, you're down in San Diego visiting your husband?
Yeah, and then they found it, and then I came back.
They came into your place.
Yeah.
Are you living at home?
Yeah, I'm living with my mom right now.
Oh, you live at home, you're married, so your husband's in the service.
No.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, no, he's not. I'm sorry.
That's right. He owns the Chargers. I forgot. He does the long snap for the punts on the Chargers. Okay, so he's not in the military.
No.
No, he's not in the Navy.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
No, not that. Not the Navy.
Especially not the Navy. Never the Navy. He hates water.
Don't say Marines.
Okay, so,
Like,
and he's definitely not a boatsman's mate. I'll
No,
tell you
no,
that.
nothing like that.
Okay, so...
But I kind of fantasize, though, about things like that all the time, and, like, I feel like sex is taking over my mind, and
All right.
Are you, any manic depression in your family?
No, I take, like, these pills for anxiety attacks.
Which ones?
Like, they're called alprazonems or something.
That's Xanax.
Yeah, something like that.
That's Xanax.
But I don't take them all the time because I feel no need for them. So
Why'd you get married so early?
I got married like 2 years ago because I really loved him, and he was like the sweetest man.
Right, and he was on leave?
Yeah.
And,
No, damn it. Damn it, you guys are putting words in my mouth.
And, hey, Amber.
Yeah.
So anyone ever monkey with you, sexually when you were younger?
See, this old pervert man one time he did, but like I took off and I called the police, though.
Really?
What did he do to you?
Who just, like, he had me clean his, like, kitchen, and it was kind of obvious that he was lying about it. I'm so bad about that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
But, like...
It was very expressive, though. Very nice, kind of. I wish people could have heard that.
Yeah, it was...
On the web, by the way, they'll hear that.
You have not heard the F word used with such enthusiasm.
In color. It's just
In
colorful.
color, yeah.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
But, like, I don't know, like, that doesn't make me want this. Like, I didn't like sex before I met my husband, and, like, I enjoyed it.
No, but sometimes these being abused, and it doesn't sound
that didn't sound like much. Where's your dad?
Oh, that...
Okay.
His crap doesn't live with us anymore.
Don't use the F word, okay.
So this may be a way of sort of working some of that out. Your dad didn't do anything to you?
Huh?
Didn't physically abuse you or anything, your dad?
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me all the time. The crap
Okay.
Beat you what?
The crap head.
Oh, crap head, right. Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Good use of the word crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amber, it's about that. It's a way of sort of acting out that aggression. It's probably the healthiest way you could act it out, frankly.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not a freak or anything.
No.
And I shouldn't, like, throw my toys away.
I'm worried a little about the gay porn, though.
No, I'm serious. I, like, fantasize about that all the time, and it's so cool, but then I feel, oh, my God, I'm so dirty.
No.
Why is that cool?
I don't know, because it, like, excites me. It's something different.
Are you eating something while you're talking to us?
Huh? Am I eating something? Hello?
Hello?
Sucking on a candy or something.
Yeah, I'm eating an Airhead.
Okay. You're on the radio. Only we can eat popcorn and stuff.
All right. All right, Amber, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm sorry listen, I'm sorry your family's shaming you like that. That's got to feel awful.
Well, listen, but you got to get a little therapy if Dad's going to beat on you. Dad's beat on you. Come on.
Yeah. And yet, she's sort of working it out, you know what I mean? She's sort of got her little ways of managing all this.
No kidding. She's going to wear a hole in herself, though. Speaking of gay porn, I just got back from New York, and oh, man, do they got, the thing about New York is everything is turned up like 2 notches.
Yeah.
Good and bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all bigger and bolder, and it's more.
Yeah.
It's more. Yeah. Everything. Buildings are taller, and lights are brighter. People are either funnier or meaner.
Yeah.
Everything's a little faster, and the porn is pornier.
You went and visited something?
It's chock full of more porny goodness.
I thought they were cleaning that out of New York.
Well, no, I wasn't even at a porn store. It's just my buddy lives at a place that's on like 7th and West 10th, and it's a little bit of the gay part of town there. And man, those magazines. I mean, they got a magazine. It's like gay guys can't walk 30 feet without whacking off. I really think I think that's the theory behind this thing, because every 30 feet there's a news stand and there's 35 gay magazines. I mean, there's like Colt Roundup and Colt in the Kitchen, and there's a whole like Colt series, and then there's like a young Latino like skinny guy, and then there's like, I mean, it's crazy, but these are just regular stores too. These are newsstands essentially,
But porn stores.
But No, they're not. But people like to read in New York also found out. North Hollywood, they don't really, they sell 4 newspapers in North Hollywood a year. Do you know
no
that?
need for a newsstand.
Yeah, what are you going to do? People use it because some of them have birds and some of them wrap fish in it. You'll use it to make a hat or something, but people don't actually read. In New York, everyone's reading constantly, and everyone's hanging out at these newsstands, and there's these porn magazines. They're wall to wall. You've never seen so many, and it's every 30 feet. And I just thought, not one lesbian one, or maybe one. Guys are into looking at stuff.
Yes, that's
and
it.
Chicks could give a rat's ass about looking at stuff. They don't mind looking at stuff.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they aren't. This is gross for them. Some of them kind of like it.
But there are 35 male magazines with 35 guys with 35 shirts. Let's see, that's 70 nipples and 35 handlebar mustaches.
The porn industry is for men, right?
Guys.
Yeah.
I should have stayed there and really parlayed it into a nice future. You know what I mean? Oh, they had one of the magazines. There's magazines dedicated to hairy guys.
Oh, Adam, you're in.
It's called Bear. Okay, and there's nothing better. It's like there's this big husky guy. I mean, this guy looks like, Led Zeppelin's old manager. Just 300-pound guy, just covered with hair. And a big beard. I mean, like Dan Haggerty. On the cover, and it's called Bear. And there's it's all this fetish stuff. The guys who are gay and into other gay guys who got a lot of hair on them. And I said to my buddy Daniel, I wonder if the guys who thumb through this magazine and who are sort of hair aficionados, I wonder if they go, yeah, this one guy's pretty cool, but you can kind of tell they kind of airbrush some of the hair on his back, and then it's a turnoff when you find out it's just kind of done in post.
Yeah, why can't you go back to natural?
Yeah, I like to see a man. I mean, I'd rather see less hair, but no, it was all his, than that sort of airbrushed look. It really starts getting fake looking after a while. Sure, you can't see any skin at all peeking through, but it's just knowing that they touch that stuff up. Bear. Jesus Christ. I want to talk to all. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out the subscription. I'm going to find out the addresses to all these places, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to show up at each home who subscribes to Bear and ask them what's up with their folks. Come on, what happened? Be honest. Something happened. Something had to have happened. It's a 300-pound guy who looks like he's just rolled in hair, and you're frosting the comforter to his likeness. All right, let's squeeze a call in here.
All right, let's go.
Jim?
Yeah.
You're 24.
I love the way I'm the segue after the hairy man.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
My question, well, basically, when I get in a relationship with girls, at first, the first month is fine. That's all great. But then when it gets, intimate, that's when I have a problem.
Why? Where's that come from?
Well, it's not that I'm spent after a month of putting in all the effort, but it's when they, look at me, basically.
Yeah, where's that come from?
Where does that come from?
Where does that come from?
It comes from when they...
No, when I'm with you. In you, where does that come from? Where has intimacy been painful?
Oh, let's see. Well, let me describe why it is, and then...
All right, go ahead, hurry.
All right. It's because when they look at me, basically, I turn around and it's like looking in the mirror. And it's not when I'm with my friends, it's only when I'm with girls in a relationship. I just have no longevity. When I'm with them for a while, then I just want to get out. It's desirable.
Okay, well now it's a totally different situation.
I'm glad you explained
Put that spin on it. Yeah, we were confused. We thought you just got into relationships and they didn't last because you had to get out.
Because you couldn't stand intimacy.
Yeah.
When I'm with them,
this is different.
Overall, it feels good, but then when I'm with them, I want to get out. I want to leave.
All right. Well, that's different.
Right.
That's totally different. That's 100% different. That's 1,000% if that's possible.
So far, I can't understand.
Okay, so now, do we have a new answer?
Same
thing.
Same question for him.
All right, goofball.
Where does this come from?
Jim, how do you get to be 24 years old and sort of someone thawed you? You know what I mean? How can you lack the emotional sophistication. Forget about sophistication, but it's sort of just a rudimentary sort of human skills, you know? I mean, you don't want to get close to somebody. You're scared to be intimate with them because...
I don't want to let them know me, basically.
All right, so now we would predict that somebody disappointed you along the way. Maybe a bad relationship with mom, something like that.
Bad with mom.
Yeah, very early.
What was up with mom?
She was a very depressed woman when I was growing up. She and my dad had, like, the worst marriage, and, like, they finally got divorced. And
all right.
And,
your mom wasn't there for you.
Well, she, like, to sum that up, like, one time I was eating dinner with her, and she, like, looked at this kid, like, with yearning eyes and, like, said, God, if I could do it all over again. You know, and I understand where she was coming from, but it was like, hey, Ma, I'm right here, you know?
Huh?
What the...
Well, his experience was, you never connected.
To do it over again right. And, like, I was, you know, she didn't mean it that way.
Or you never connected with me, Mom. What you know? What,
all right.
But listen,
ironic.
It's a very early... it's fascinating. What is interesting about him, though, is that he has a real specific point at which it becomes uncomfortable, and that's the point at which he feels like he's looking at himself.
Yeah.
Which is called narcissistic mirroring, which starts to happen in certain kinds of relationships. Probably the kinds he chooses.
I don't do that. I only want to masturbate, but I'll never
most people do that but aren't aware of it, frankly. And so he's sort of stuck in a very, very early phase here.
All right.
Ain't getting better without therapy, I suspect.
Listen, let me make this quick comment before we go to break. I am amazed at the lack of importance that this country places on psychology, and that we're constantly talking about reading and writing, and we're constantly talking about college and SATs, and then we start talking about the internet, and then we start talking about careers. But, man, we have no, and I'm not talking about religion or spirituality, but I'm just talking about sort of life 101.
Right.
You know, when somebody acts this way, just to be able to interpret what they're doing.
A little bit.
You don't have to be Freud, you don't have to be Jung, you don't have to sit down and write a paper on it, but just to be somewhat close to your feelings and understand what's happening. When you get like A stimuli and B feeling, you sort of arrive at C. Just the most basic of basics. Like Jem over here. A layup, right? His mom was depressed, wasn't paying any attention to him. He has a series of 1-month relationships. Feels uncomfortable, doesn't want to become intimate. But it was like trying to explain some sort of a chemistry theorem to the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just not even. And then I think about it, and you realize it's not something that's ever discussed too often. It's not really brought up, and no one ever puts the screws to you with it. It's this sort of, it's neither here nor there. You're never going to make a buck out of it. Forget about that. Take this class instead. And as a society, it's like it's a non-issue. But to me, it's the number one issue as long as you're alive. I mean, if you're going to be human, you might as well figure them out.
Yeah.
It's tantamount to saying, I'm going to go live with orangutans. I better figure out what they're into, like what's going to piss them off and what's not, and when they eat.
How to interpret what's going on.
How to know what's going on so I don't get my ass kicked, or so I can make friends with them, or I can get them to do what I want them to do, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's completely flushed down the toilet. Stop that. Why it's not thought about in this country at all. And look around. No one's interested. And it's bizarre. Especially.
Well, they want to argue with you about it.
Yeah, they're not only not interested, they're kind of hostile about it.
Yeah.
It's somehow you've threatened them.
Or they want to put it all under sort of, that's just Freudian nonsense. Hey, it's just basic human nature, just what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody, listen, take a few minutes. Try to learn something about that. It'll be of great help. I guarantee it. All right. We'll be back. It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. And my right ear I'm ready to cut off and send to my hooker girlfriend, like Van Gogh. Because it's no good.
Is that what he did with his ear? Send it to his hooker girlfriend?
Send it to his she's prostitute. Didn't say.
Or was it his brother? Or wait, who was that?
What are you talking about?
Who you sent the ear to?
Van Gogh?
Yeah.
It's like a prostitute girlfriend.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, it's as the legend has it. Yeah. Megan,
Yeah,
you're 16.
yeah.
What's up?
Nothing. I, lied and told them a lie because I wanted to tell you guys that, Adam, you need to be, more sensitive about, when girls and guys have problems. You don't need to be so rude. And you need to let Dr. Drew talk because he's a doctor and he, knows everything. And every time a girl has a problem, it's not because of their dad.
Hey, I gave him the first half hour tonight. I didn't say a word.
40 minutes.
I didn't say a word until 10:35 tonight.
I know, but you're still, he's like the main guy on there. And
She likes me. She likes me for some reason.
I understand.
Yeah, Megan, unfortunately, a lot of people out there like Adam better than me, though.
Yeah, most.
Well, I don't.
Excluding my immediate family.
I think Adam's totally rude.
All right, so where's your dad?
My dad is fine, and I called 3 weeks ago, and you guys told me I'd be pregnant, I called 4 weeks ago.
Oh, here we go.
And you guys told me that I'd be pregnant in 3 weeks. Well, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys need to be a little more sensitive.
The night is still young, but seriously, where's your dad?
My dad, he lives with me.
Really?
Yeah.
And Mom?
My mom, they're divorced.
When did your dad rape you? And how's that going? Dad's dad good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. And what was your problem before? I can't remember. You're having unprotected sex?
Yeah,
With one guy, your boyfriend?
yeah.
And how come you're not using protection?
Well, we did, but the condom broke.
You have emergency contraception?
No, we weren't. I wasn't pregnant.
But I mean, you're going to keep that around so if that should happen again?
No.
How come?
Okay.
How come? I think that was how it
Because
comes.
I don't believe in that, and I really seriously do think that it is abortion.
How is that?
I don't know. You guys told me the same thing last time, and Adam said, what do you care? And that really pissed me off. That's the whole reason.
I remember this.
That's right.
But did you look into the literature to see how it works?
My sister bought me, pamphlets that talked about it, and I still don't like it. I still think it's abortion. I don't care what anybody says.
How could it be abortion?
Well, listen.
Well, just help me understand. How could it be abortion?
I just don't like it.
Hang on. How could it be abortion?
Because it's in the form of a baby. It's going to be a baby.
No. It's not how it works, Megan. That's not how it works. It prevents the egg from being released. So the sperm never gets to the egg. So there's nothing could ever be a baby. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Listen,
Okay, would you use the oral contraceptive pill?
What's that?
Just the birth control pill?
I'm getting on it.
Okay. You know what? It works exactly the same way as emergency contraception the morning after pill.
So you can't do that.
So you better not, I guess you can't take that pill either.
Well, you believe in that, though, right?
It works the same way.
It's the same exact pill.
The same exact...
No different ingredients or anything.
It's a levonorgestrel and ethinyl estradiol.
I believe.
It is exactly the same pill, and it works exactly the same way.
All right, let's not argue with Megan. Megan, why are you so angry?
Because Adam pisses me off.
You were pretty insulting her last time. I remember this.
Yeah, but you're angry anyway. You'd be angry without me.
No, I'm not a bitch, and I am only mad at you.
Oh, all right. All right, well, as long as everything else is good, I'm fine with
because
that.
I've been listening to this for a month now, and there's been 3 girls that have called on, and every time that they've called on and told you guys to be more sensitive because it's not always their dad that's the problem.
All right.
And you guys, and Adam always thinks it is.
Yeah, all right. I don't always think it is. What's your dad do for a living?
My dad does heating and air conditioning.
Oh, HVAC guy. Tin knocker. That's bad. How much does he drink, seriously?
He doesn't drink anything.
Oh, sober guy. Is he a program guy?
Huh?
Is he on the program? You know what I mean?
What's that?
AA?
No.
No, he just doesn't drink.
He doesn't drink.
Speed.
He's rude, but I don't...
He's a little rude?
Yeah, that's why I'm not with him right now. I'm with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Sounds a little like Adam's kind of rude, too.
Yeah, Adam's rude.
Oh, well, what do you mean rude? Like, how would your dad be rude? What'd he say? What'd he do?
He throws chairs, he throws tables and kicks holes in the wall.
That's more than rude, that's violent.
Well, I know that. He's hit me before. All my father figures have hit me before. I told you guys that last time.
Okay.
All right, baby.
Well, does it make sense he'd be angry at men then? I mean, I would be.
No, I love guys.
No, but I mean, men that reminded you of, Dad. Older guys like us.
Older men.
No, I have no problem with, like, other guys, except for Adam just pissed me off.
All right, Megan. Just don't get pregnant.
I won't get pregnant.
And don't be angry.
Well, let Dr. Drew talk.
All right.
But you have to accept what I tell you when I explain things to you, too, though.
Well, I accept anything Dr. Drew says.
Well, I was the one telling you about the morning after pill, so take a look at that.
All right. Everyone listen to me. My God.
That's all right. That was all controlled anger, controlled rage.
Her dad's a heating and air guy. That's not a good sign.
They're the all rageful guys?
Everybody who has to. Here's how you can tell a guy's angry. If a guy has a job that involves crawl spaces, that's a bad gig, and he's going to be pissed. Either it's the underpinning underneath the house, or it's a crawl space, in the attic, and not all places are big Victorian-type places with vaulted ceilings.
Listen to this. I was thinking, where was I reading this? I was reading Susan Faluti's new book, Stiffed, and they were talking about Hispanic males and how they tolerate anything if it gets them what their family needs.
Yeah.
And they're not pissed.
No, they do a lot of crawling.
They just figure they just got to do what they got to do, and that's what being a man is.
They get under that house. Yes. I've been under many a house with many a Hispanic male.
So why is that? Why do you think it's... Is it entitlement in this country?
No. Listen, that's not... Here's the thing, Drew. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Whatever your skin color is, whatever your ethnicity is, the smarter you are, and versus the dumber the job that you do, the more angry you're going to be. Now, I'm not talking about educated. I'm talking about a difference between sort of raised on the farm, raised in the city.
Yeah.
kind of thing. I don't mean schooling per se. Some people have a little brighter bulb than others. And if you're a simple person...
Please tell me you're not blaming it on race. You're blaming it on where they were raised.
The cultural thing. Yeah.
Bring it on in here.
What are you talking about? You talking about Mexicans?
Well, you're...
Listen, I was under these houses with every nationality. Actually, just Mexicans. It was only Mexicans. But, I'm in Southern California.
Yeah.
And if you're a smart Mexican and you should have been a doctor, but you're underneath a house, you're pissed. That's it. And it was you who made the racial stereotype to say that all Mexicans belong under houses, and they're perfectly happy there because that's their natural environment. I'm telling you, if you're a doctor, a Mexican doctor, do they have Mexican doctors? Yeah. Okay. If you're a Mexican doctor and you're under some guy's house digging a footing with a coffee can, you're pissed.
You're pissed, all right.
Okay? And if you're a white guy who should be a doctor and you're under some guy's house digging with a coffee can, you're pissed. You understand? That's why I was pissed when I was underneath the guy's house. Because I knew I'd be working with a doctor. And even though I wouldn't be a doctor, I'd be in close proximity to one. And it still should get me out of that underneath the goddamn house.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, we'll take a break, then we'll be back. I'll explain the juice to you during the commercial, all right? Who I never saw underneath the house, by the way, because the parents would kill him.
Loveline will be right back.
All right. It is the Loveline. And I've now, I haven't had the use of my right ear for so long now, I've just decided...
You never had one?
No. It's like, like I stood next to a cannon at a funeral or something. It's just, it ain't working. And it's driving me insane. As a matter of fact, I don't think I can walk straight. I think I bump into stuff. Okay,
an awful feeling.
Yeah, like when they take like a bat and they run sound waves at it, and it starts flying into the side of the cave. Pam?
Yes?
You're 22.
23.
All righty. Been on hold for a while. You at work, Pam?
No, it's a phone. It's a play phone.
Oh, you're at a pay phone?
No, it's a play phone.
Play phone.
It's a play phone.
Yeah, kids are playing with it.
Oh, your kids are playing with the phone?
No, it's a toy phone for them.
All right, what's going on?
I had a quick question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah?
Hold on a second there, Pam. The phone you're on is not the one that's ringing.
No.
That's your kid's phone that they're playing with?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you put them to bed? It's kind of late, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I waited because this is kind of like a important question.
phone.
Go ahead.
You don't go to bed until I go to bed.
What's going on? How?
I had sex with my ex-boyfriend last night, and when he was penetrating me, a couple times it like hurt, and a few times when he would like penetrate harder, it would feel like I would have to pee.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch! I don't understand why it would happen, because like I said, I have 2 children, and it never happened before.
How long ago was your last delivery?
2 years.
And
I've been taking the Depo.
Okay, you've been with other partners other than this ex-boyfriend?
No.
Just him. And how? And this was your first experience with him after a while?
Yeah, since June.
Since June. Okay.
Where's biological dad?
Actually he's on a little vacation.
In prison?
Oh, well, he's heading there.
Oh, he's going to prison?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any more kids, right?
No.
All right.
You know what? On radio is when I really wish we had the Via TV phone.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I don't. I don't want to know what's going on over there. All right, hey, so Drew, could this be a venereal disease?
It could be, but it doesn't sound that likely. And since she's never not been with anybody else, not having symptoms in the intervening months, it could be a urinary tract infection that she just got that night. Do you still hurt when you pee?
No, it didn't hurt when I peed, just when he penetrated.
And were you having an orgasm at that time or anything?
No, I've had one before, and it was nothing like that. That's what I couldn't...
I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening. All right. What's the old man going in the river for? Up the river?
Well, there was 3 charges, but the one that they have him on is conspiracy to commit robbery with a deadly weapon.
All right. Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Well, penetration can cause irritation of the urethra, the tube out of the bladder through which you urinate, and it just sounds like that's happened. Sometimes infection can occur as a result of bacteria being pushed up there, and maybe that's a possibility too, but typically you'd have pain with urination still if that were in fact the case.
All right, so put the kids to bed, and probably not a venereal disease.
Well, it's possible. Sometimes people get pain the very night of the contact, but I don't know.
All right, now, okay, so did you sort of wait on this one, or, go to the clinic?
It doesn't sound like she has much access.
That's why I use the word clinic.
Yeah, ideally she should be seen, but
listen, you can go to the clinic.
Yeah.
I used to go to the clinic.
Yeah.
It's the only place I went was County USC and the clinic.
And Food Lines.
Mike?
Yeah.
You're 17. What's going on?
My girlfriend, I was going with her for about a year, and then what happened was, I cheated on her 4 times. Not with the same, twice it was with the same girl, and the other 2 times it was with different girls. And, she started,
finish that. Twice with the same girl, and then the other 2 times
it was with
someone else. All right.
And then what happened was, she got really pissed the second time I did it.
Sure.
It was her friend that I did it with. It was like a fling. And,
hold on. Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
You cannot, by law, at least in California and in Nevada, and I'm not sure about other states, you cannot technically have a fling at 17. There's no flinging before. You can fling a little poo, but that's about the only thing you can fling. There's no flinging at 17. You can't really have indiscretions. You can't have little liaisons, and there's no flinging.
We did a little messing around.
Okay.
And so the 3rd time I did it, she didn't know the person because I went to Washington on a vacation, and I messed around with this other girl, and I told her about it because I felt really guilty. So
Jesus
what
Christ.
happened was then she started threatening me. We broke up, and then she threatened me that she was going to kill me. And I thought, yeah, whatever, she's just messing around. But then she started, she would come over here, because I live with my sister.
Oh, boy.
And she would come over here, and I'd go into my room, and my mattress would be all cut up and everything.
Oh,
and
boy.
Leave notes all over, She's crazy. So, should I just, dump her? Because we go to the same school. And I see her, and, every day I see her, she, threatens me. So, hey, Mike, come here. And, she'll, whisper, little death threats in my ear.
Right.
It's not like I'm scared, but it gets annoying after a while.
All right, well, maybe you guys should, listen, I'm I don't claim to be a therapist, but, once the death threats are made, it might be time to...
Call it quits.
Well, I'm not saying you got to break up altogether, but you see a little less, start seeing other people, see a little less of each other. Would you say that's healthy?
Yeah.
Now, what about threats of just, let's say, injury?
I, by the way, don't think people should get away with anything like this. That you call the police and you take action, you have consequences.
Yeah. Well, whether it's a death threat or a suicide threat, somebody, you have to know if you say something that's going to be taken seriously.
Absolutely.
Especially when it involves killing someone.
And if you're screwing around, there's consequence for that, too.
All right. And Mike kind of... Geez, Mike does a lot of screwing around. Speaking of screwing around. Jeremy.
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's up?
I have a pain in my penis when I try to ejaculate.
Yeah.
It's like a stinging or a stabbing.
When you try to ejaculate. You're 14. Have you ever ejaculated?
Yeah, many times.
Oh, many times.
But
wow, 14.
What happens now? Does something come out?
Everything comes out. It just stings a little.
Are you sexually active?
No.
How often you having at yourself?
About once a week, a little more.
Like 1.4 times a week?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so you do it about 5 times a month?
Average, yeah.
Yeah. How, here was the thing about me and my penis. I didn't touch it for like 16 years,
You
but
discover it.
once I discovered it, was game on. I mean, it was nonstop. It was like I was like a junkie, and that was my syringe,
Yeah.
So, how, you've cut back?
Yeah.
Hey, he's 14. He's not a kid anymore. It's time to start focusing. That was last year?
At 13?
Yeah.
What were you good for last year? I mean, not
twice a day.
Twice a day. So you get a year of twice a day in, and now you're once a week.
Is that right?
Slow process.
What are we supposed to make of that, Jeremy?
I don't know. Jeremy, I kind of think you're just a screwball. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't compute.
Nobody basically, well, I checked jacking off the list at 13 and then moved on to other things. Sure, I go back and revisit it once in a while now that I'm, the ripe old age of 14, but I got bigger fish to fry. No. Not twice a day at 13 for a year.
Yeah.
Twice a day at 13 for a year translates into 3 times a day at 14, and eventually gets to 7 times a day. That's at age 18, and then it drops down to 5 times a day, and then once a day for each 4 years after that. So by the time you're 33 years old, you're at 1.37 times a day,
Oh.
give or take a point or two. All right, so Drew?
Yeah.
Nothing there?
No.
Okay. Cody?
Yeah?
You're 30. Oh, you're 15. What's up?
Turn off your radio.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Someone's a retard. You got anything else you like here? Let's see here.
The other one.
Jesse?
Yeah, hi.
You're 16.
Yep.
What's up?
Well, like, my freshman year in high school, I dated this girl, and it lasted for like a week and a half, and I got like real attached to her, and when she broke up with me, I got like real depressed over it. And like since then, I'm in my junior year now, and since then, like, I haven't been able to keep a relationship for more than a week or so.
That's okay.
And I find myself getting like really depressed after they break up with me. I get really emotionally attached to them, and I get depressed when they break up with me.
Yeah.
And I've turned to drugs, sometimes to help me feel better. And I've, kind of gotten my life back together. I'm with this girl. I've been with her for like a week and a half. And I'm in like a drug rehab thing and all that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my question is, should I go like to someone and, get treated for depression or...
No, do the steps.
You're doing the drug rehab thing.
Yeah,
you got
if
the
you
girlfriend.
get your sponsor, do the steps, follow direction, which includes no new relationships, and develop your relationship with your sponsor, things will change.
All right, Cody?
Oh, gone.
Did Cody hang up?
Yeah.
I was going to go back and talk to you.
We got to
All right,
go.
If Cody's there, we'll say hi when we come back.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Well, there you go. I'm going to put a pistol in my right ear and see if I can't unclog it. Yeah.
Good, it'll work.
I figure it'll unclog the left, too.
You might be late
right?
for the show tomorrow night, but all right. Hey, save Ferris, drdrew.com, tomorrow night, 8:30 Pacific time.
Oh, that's right. And Jake
Loveline,
Busey will be in here and all that good stuff. So, I want to thank Drew and everyone else for picking up the slack while I was on the tarmac over at LAX. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station.